that my name is Gal and I'm Jewish, and we have had enough of Jew hatred.
In 2025, Snow White was supposed to be Disney's new hit, but instead it sparked a storm of controversy. With Rachel Zegler's bold comments and Gal Gadot's silent reactions, the drama off-screen is almost bigger than the movie itself. Do you want the inside scoop on what's really going on between these two stars? Hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all the hottest Hollywood gossip. On March 21st, 2025, Rachel Zegler shared a heartfelt Instagram post to celebrate Snow White's release, showcasing intimate behind-the-scenes moments, heartfelt gratitude for the production team, and praises for Disney's vision. However, there was a glaring omission: no shout-out to her co-star Gal Gadot, who played the evil queen. The post was filled with love for everyone involved, but Gadot was completely left out. Fans quickly picked up on the awkward silence, flooding the comments with questions and speculations. One fan tweeted, "Am I the only one wondering why Gal Gadot isn't mentioned in Rachel's post? Weird." Another comment read, "It's giving silent treatment vibes. Something's up behind the scenes." Even more pointed comments followed. "She forgot to thank Gal. That's cold." Given Zegler's well-known social media savvy, this couldn't have been a simple oversight. It looked deliberate, sparking rumours of tension between the two stars that fans eagerly latched onto. Was it just a mistake? Or was this post a subtle dig at Gadot? The internet wasn't buying it. The drama between Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot wasn't just about Hollywood egos, it was rooted in politics. Gal Gadot, a former soldier in the Israeli Defense Forces, has been a vocal supporter of Israel, particularly during periods of conflict. Her stance often divides opinions, with some applauding her loyalty, while others criticize her views on the Israeli government's actions. On the other hand, Rachel Zegler has been an outspoken advocate for Palestinian rights. During the filming of Snow White, she tweeted "Free Palestine" and reshared videos critical of Israeli military actions in Gaza. This stark contrast in political beliefs created a tense atmosphere on set. Although the actresses reportedly avoided discussing the topic, the growing tension became more apparent when Ziegler's social media posts, particularly the Instagram tribute without mentioning Gadot, added fuel to the fire, sparking rumours of a deeper rift tied to their political differences. Now let's fast forward to the 2025 Oscars. Zegler and Gadot were paired up to present an award together, and from the moment they hit the stage, fans could feel it. The interaction was chilly. No eye contact, no chemistry, no warmth. One fan posted a side-by-side comparison of other presenting duos laughing and vibing, and then showed Zegler and Gadot standing like they'd never met. On Twitter, one commented, "They look like co-workers forced into a group project." Some even zoomed in on their expressions mid-announcement. Gal looked polite but cold. Rachel looked tight-lipped and barely amused. Insiders say that the pairing was a last-minute PR move by Disney to show unity, but it totally backfired. Instead of easing tension, it only confirmed the drama. Beyond politics and social media, there's the personal clash. Gal Gadot, now 39, is a mother of 4 and has been in Hollywood for over a decade. She's mature, composed, and protective of her image. Rachel Zegler is 23, fiery, idealistic, and part of a new wave of Gen Z actresses who aren't afraid to call things out, online and off. They just didn't click. Sources close to the production say they were never hostile, but never friends either. It was strictly professional, no warmth, no hangouts, no girl bonding. One crew member described it as cordial but cold, saying Zegler often hung out with younger cast members, while Gadot kept things strictly business. There were no on-set blowouts, but zero connection either. If the vibe was already off, Rachel Zegler didn't help herself with her now infamous press junket quotes. In one interview, she called the original Snow White film weird and outdated and said, "The prince is a stalker, and this princess doesn't need saving." That quote went mega viral, and not in a good way. Fans, Disney purists, and even conservative media ripped her apart. Why accept the role if you hate the source? You're bashing a film that defined Disney. And you know who never chimed in to defend her? Gal Gadot. While most of the Snow White cast tried to stay neutral or supportive, Gadot stayed completely silent. But silence speaks volumes, especially in Hollywood. Disney went into full damage control as the Snow White controversy exploded. With Rachel Zegler facing massive online backlash over her political posts, and Gal Gadot receiving threats due to her Israeli background, the studio knew they had a PR crisis on their hands. According to insiders, Disney immediately scaled back the film's promotional campaign, scrapping red carpet plans, cancelling interviews, and assigning a digital strategy team to manage Zegler's social media. An anonymous executive reportedly said, "We underestimated how divided the public is. This was supposed to be escapism, not a political statement." Another insider added, "The energy on set was tense. We couldn't risk more headlines." Security around Gadot was tightened, and co-star appearances were separated. Joint interviews vanished. Disney was trying to hold the narrative together, but behind the scenes, it was chaos. As one producer bluntly put it, "We didn't cast a movie, we sparked a culture war." With a staggering $270 million budget, Snow White was Disney's biggest gamble since The Little Mermaid remake. But that bet flopped. Opening weekend pulled in just $38 million domestically, a sharp disappointment for a legacy title. International markets didn't save it either, contributing only $164.5 million for a global total of $202.5 million. Factor in marketing costs, and analysts estimate Disney may have lost over $100 million. Box office experts called it one of Disney's most underwhelming performances in the modern era. Rotten Tomatoes scores hovered in the low 40s, and fan ratings were worse. Social media backlash, political controversy, and lukewarm reviews all combined to tank what should have been a cash cow. So what does Gal Gadot really think about all of this? If you look at her public record, she hasn't said anything. No tweets, no interviews, no subtle jabs. But those close to her say she was deeply hurt by Zegler's lack of acknowledgement, especially after working long hours together. One source said, "Gal doesn't do drama, but she noticed the shade. She was disappointed." Another insider claimed Gadot felt disrespected, both as a woman in the industry and as someone who's always tried to support her co-stars. While Zegler kept going viral for controversial sound bites, Gadot went low-key. She focused on her family, business ventures, and other film roles, letting the storm pass without fueling it. And that is classic Gal, professional to the end. After months of backlash, Rachel Zegler is trying to rebuild. She's talked about searching for sisterhood in Hollywood, hinting at how isolated she's felt. Many read that as a dig, possibly toward Gadot, who never reached out publicly to squash the rumors. She's still getting major roles, but her reputation has taken a hit. Casting directors are reportedly cautious about her media impact, even if they admire her talent. Some fans still ride for her hard. Others think she needs a total image rebrand. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are flooded with mixed takes. One fan wrote, "Gal Gadot didn't say a word and still stole the whole movie." Another clapped back, "Zegler's not the villain. She's the only one speaking truth to power." Meme pages joked, "Snow White and the 7 hot takes." Others are just done with the drama. "I wanted a fairy tale, not a debate club," someone posted. Despite the divide, one truth remains. This wasn't just a movie. It became a cultural battlefield fans weren't ready for. So where do things go from here? Will Gal Gadot ever address the drama? Will Rachel Zegler offer a public apology or reconciliation? Will Disney reboot Snow White again in 10 years with a totally new cast? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the 2025 Snow White film will go down not just as a remake, but as one of the most chaotic chapters in Disney history. What do you think about the Zegler versus Gadot feud? Was Rachel out of pocket, or was Gal just being silent and shady? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel where Hollywood drama is served whole tea. We'll catch you next time with more truth bombs, tea spills and headline chaos.